DEACONESS PATRICIA EGBE. That topic, I want to really appreciate you for this topic. It's a very sensitive topic. It is a topic that is very important, and I believe that every marriage needs to have an insight so that they won't fall victim. In the first place, God ordained marriage, and as he ordained marriage, he didn't say that a man will come to be with his wife and it will be a temporary thing, it will be a 2 years thing. God ordained it that it's supposed to be a permanent thing, and there are some rules and regulations that are supposed to guide the husband and wife. Just like every other aspect of life, you find out that life as a whole is based on principle, and if you can adhere and obey those principles of life, life will be easy for you. The same thing applies to the institute of marriage. In the first place, God is the author of marriage, so any marriage should be based on God. For any marriage to succeed, for us to take away some issues from marriage, it has to be based on God. We must put God first in all we do. You find out that when a husband and a wife come together and they fear God, that marriage will succeed, because you always be careful. Anything you want to do, you put God first. You say, am I offending God? Am I doing it the right way? So that will be able to guide us. And another thing, you find out that most couples, they don't communicate. They don't have time for each other. Once you don't have time for each other, you allow other things, other factors to begin to come in to distract you. So in the first place, a husband and wife, they are supposed to spend time together, have time for one another, communicate with one another. And when they do this, the problem of the separation in marriages will be limited to the barest minimum. Okay, what I will advise them, the first advice is for the woman, for the man, you should be patient. Patience is a virtue in marriage. When a woman is going into marriage, you put on the garment of patience, the garment of endurance. Maybe everything was rosy at one point and the marriage was sweet, and then later it is not working that way. Don't give up. Don't give up. Run to God. And I will always advise women, your knees should not be far from the ground. As a woman, always carry your family and place it before God. I tell young couple every time that once you get married, it does not stop them. Most women, they will start maybe as spinsters, they will be praying, Father, give me wife, God, give me husband, God, give me husband, and then the husband comes. You will say you have arrived. You have not arrived. That is when the work starts. You find out that from that moment you get married, you have started a new journey, a new challenge. New challenges will come, new trials, new temptations will come. And a woman that is not fortified in the presence of God, a woman that is not strong in the presence of God, you cannot withstand those pressures. They will come, and sometimes if you are not strong, it will throw you off. The same thing applies to the man. You have to put on the garment of patience and always take it to God and say, I am the head. To be the head is not easy. To think for the whole family is not easy. Sometimes the pressure will be too much, and you feel that your wife that is supposed to be your helpmate, that is supposed to be your support, that is supposed to be your comfort, you begin to see her as a problem, and thereby some conflicts will begin to arise. So what our advice is, put on the garment of patience. The Bible says the virtuous woman, her husband was called blessed by the gates. Her husband was honored by the gates, and I'm sure it is because of the way she carried her husband. That is why people honor the husband by the gates. Place value on your husband. Your husband is your head. The Bible says God is the head of Jesus. Jesus is the head of the man. The man is the head of the woman. So your husband is your head. He is your covering. The man should always be a protection over the wife. The wife should always know that she will always have that confidence that a man is covering her. Somebody is on top covering her. I want to advise that you build your marriage on God. Regardless of the problem, don't take it to relatives, take it to God. And I know of a truth, God has all the answers to all these problems. He is the one that started it. Always run to him. He will never fail you. He will always be there for you, and he will always see you through.